Hi everyone, welcome. I'm running a little late, sorry. Oh boy. Let me see if hopefully everything is okay. Yes, everything is okay. I will be with you. I'll give you a little time to come in. Thank you everyone for joining me. If you like the channel, please subscribe. And also I want to say thank you to the chat monitors for your help. I appreciate it. Hi Marilyn. Hi, I'm running late, a little late. All right. Hi Sharon, hi Anna, hi Craig, Cheryl I'm sorry. Catherine, Tombalili, Above the Cloud, Jen, Ron. Okay, you know, yesterday I watched a video. There was a hearing on Capitol Hill at in the House, and there is a lady she's a physician. Her name is Yashika Robinson. Oh my God, that's the way I feel Democrats should behave. I mean, she wasn't disrespectful or anything like that, but she put the usual Republicans that we know about, you know, who comes and think they can yell at people and disrespect you and or ask crazy questions. There were two ladies. There was Yashika and there was another lady. I didn't catch her name. They gave back to those crazy Republican congressmen. I mean, they did not just sit there and take it. They dished it out as well. I loved it. In any event, I thought I would share that. I will have to take a look for the name. I have to go back to C-SPAN and look for the name of the other lady. In any event, back to our regular business. Putin, remember guys, I said there was chaos at the upper echelon, people around Putin? Well, this morning I read that he's firing his military people. To me, that does not sound good intuitively. Well, I've heard from, hi Cappy's mom, from people, hi Linda. Linda says, I was notified today. I'm glad the server remembered you today. Oh my God. Yes, I mentioned that there was chaos among them, and Putin is firing a lot of his generals. And intuitively, I feel like saying he's preparing, his alibis, reasons why, whenever he decides, well, our military people failed us. They did not do. Thank you very much, Sonia Aguila, for your generosity on the super chat. I appreciate it. They didn't do the right thing, so things are not going well, and blah blah blah. I feel that's part of of him setting things up, so that when he's ready, so he can pull back or stop the war or do something. And I feel it's too late for him, because firing these leaders, the Russians are onto him already. And the soldiers, oh my God, I watched the saddest thing. If you guys want me to post a link on the community tab so you can watch it today, the video on YouTube, a young soldier speaking to his mom about how he was lied to. And that's a recent, I have no way of verifying it, but he was talking to his mom and how they lied to him. And this kid was crying. He was probably 21, 22. I felt so bad and so disgusted. But the reason why I'm mentioning those two things is Putin firing his top military brass, this kid crying to his mom, and we know what happens when a mother hears his baby crying. There's trouble brewing. Somebody's going to get it. And before that intercepted phone call, there was a call before that. They were explaining, a soldier was explaining that, well, they were, it's like a group, they were speaking. I'm not quite sure who was interviewing them, and they were explaining. uh, if you are wounded in battle, the commander just goes and shoot you. And they were complaining about a whole bunch of young soldiers wounded. They could have gone home and recover. So, and also, this is part, I feel intuitively, of what I have been saying to you guys. Something is going to happen, and within among Russian themselves, the Russian military, mutiny, fights, and this whole thing, potential for this whole war to just collapse. Because if you listen to, if you were to listen to these kids, the young boys, how they were treated, the anger is palpable and the disgust. I don't see how intuitively this is going to continue. These kids, they don't want to fight. And like I've said before, the word has spread, and one of them, I believe the same, was it the same video? No, another video I watched this morning, okay? They were saying none of them want to renew their contract to stay in the military. And also, the word is spreading in Russia that what's going on in the front line. So, I feel Putin is aware of this. Well, of course. He's aware of what's going on. And it feels like, to me, my prediction is he is looking for any little thing to put a bunch of stuff together to present to the Russian people, but it's not going to succeed because, like I said before, the lies. But he's looking for things to just walk away from this whole situation. That's what I feel Putin is doing. And also, there are reports coming out, and I said this a long time ago, he was suffering from shortages of all kinds of stuff. So they can only, and they know, Putin and his military people are aware of how long they can keep this going. They won't tell anyone because, maybe they may get lucky. Things work out for them. But my prediction is this whole attack on Ukraine may just collapse because Putin and his enablers may no longer be able to afford it. Lack of morale, the way those kids are basically turning on their commanders, mutiny within the ranks, a whole bunch of stuff. And Putin is aware of it. And I would be surprised between now and August or September, this guy doesn't walk away. And China is reluctant, very reluctant, to help Putin. Like I've said before, they don't want to be associated with a failure. And also, they don't think Putin is very bright. He's losing. I might as well say something about it because I've heard, I'm sure you guys have read it. Somebody, I didn't read the article, I just read the headline and I dismissed it. Somebody saying because of the war between Ukraine and Russia, that has significantly increased the risk of a nuclear war between China and the US over Taiwan. I don't think so. And intuitively, I feel like saying the same reason. Well, she watching how basically the world turned on Putin, he doesn't want to find himself in that situation. And I've said before, and somebody mentioned it somewhere, they want to keep at least the best they can. The Chinese people, the economy going, and keep the Chinese. They keep it to keep a balance because the Chinese are not happy. The way they are being treated because of COVID, and I feel that's one thing that's been very damaging to the Xi's government, however we want to call it. But the notion that I feel some of those reporters, instead of reporting about good things, not even good things, but reality, they sit there and make stupid speculations. And I don't see, just because for the same reason the Russians don't want to die, the Chinese don't want to die either, because they know attacking us with a nuclear weapon, they'll be going too. So that's not going to happen. And to be honest with you guys, my prediction is I don't see China attacking Taiwan. Not now, and I don't see it in the foreseeable future. When I focus on the Chinese leadership, it would be too costly. It's not worth it to them. They would rather do other things to counter, because that basically they want to control the world. That's never going to happen. They're too stupid. I'm sorry. I'm not saying Chinese are stupid. I'm saying Xi and the people around him. We are in a position of leadership. I don't think we went and fought anyone to be in the position of leadership. World War II was started by Russia and Germany and all kinds of stuff. I don't know the history very well, but you guys know what I mean. Fortunately for us, we didn't suffer the damage that the Europeans suffered. So some way, somehow, and also we were forced for good as well in Europe. We came up with NATO, and we helped Europe figure out ways. Please let me know if I'm wrong, but according to what I remember in the history, try to find a way to create a lasting peace in Europe. That's why they created NATO. And that's how we became and America took off, basically. Our industrial, what's the right word? Our industries grew, and we became very prosperous. And also because of the American way of doing things, any country can become just as prosperous. But from what I see in China and Russia, the environment is not conducive for people, although we're trying to dismantle ours now, but I'm gonna get into that in a minute. I don't feel what the system of government is conducive to, is going to bring the success that China and Russia envy us for. You can't keep oppressing people and think they're going to be happy to be around you. China and Russia, it's like they have their hands at it's like parents, they hold their kids by the throat, and then they have a gun to the head of their neighbor. They are demanding that their neighbor be their friends, and for their kids to smile while they're choking them. Are you kidding me? That's not going to happen. So that's how China treats its people, and that's how Putin treats the Russians. One hand at the throat of the Russian people, and then they have a gun at the head of Ukraine, and any one of their neighbors, they want to be that's how they want to make friends, and they want their kids to smile while they're being choked. They can't breathe. So that doesn't work. I hope somebody in those government hear my simple explanation, think about it, and make a change. It's not going to work. They're never going to be leader of the world, not at the way they are pursuing it. And I have to switch to our situation in this country. The Republican Party, those in the red states, yesterday I heard DeSantis sign a bill preventing people from going, from basically protesting at the private homes of, I guess, congressmen or people in public lives. And also the way they are going about. There is an article on the USA Today. I didn't have a chance to read the whole thing, but the way Republicans are devising ways to basically not to defy the will of the people, to change the will of the people. If you vote for, in our case, Biden, okay, but they don't want Biden, they're going to put Trump instead. You guys know what I mean. So basically, that's what they're trying to do. They are creating ways to circumvent the will of the people. I don't feel that's going to work. Yes, they may get lucky in some places, but as I was thinking about that yesterday, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm smelling jail. Those who are responsible, however they are placed in their position, like that guy in Maestro, whatever his name is, in Pennsylvania, who is the Republican nominee for governor. If that, I don't know how that's going to work, but the first person who tried to change an election is going to have problems. I don't know how, but also I feel once we start dealing with Trump next month, for the first time last evening, I heard a reporter, he is from Punchbowl News, and his name is Jake Sherman. I believe he was on Nicola Wallace's show. He repeated what I've been saying to you guys for a long time. He said people, Republicans, are going to view Trump differently after they hear all the findings from the January 6th Commission. Those news people are aware of a lot of stuff they don't put out there. We don't know. When he said that, my ears perked up because I know he knows a lot more than we know. And intuitively, I feel like saying the reason why he said that is because he has an idea of what the January, he has a very good idea of the damaging information that the January 6th committee has collected on Trump and the people around him, and he knows it's going to be mind-boggling. And it's whether you like, you're not happy, whether you are unhappy or not about the way things went for Trump, this is not going to be good. The January 6th Commission, when they broadcast their findings and have people testify, it's not going to be good for Trump. And that's what Jake Sherman said yesterday. And I want to report to you guys, he has, and intuitively I feel he has confirmed what I have been saying. Okay, he knows what he had. All those journalists, they have a lot more information about what's going on. So for him to come out and say that they're not going to be, Trump is going to be viewed very differently than he's viewed today, Oh my God. Dox Kazam says Jake Sherman wants GOP back in office. I don't know if he does. I don't hear him often. Every once in a while I see him on TV. But what he said yesterday was not good for Republicans. Maybe he does. I don't know. But I had to bring that up because Cappy's mom said the troll has been removed. I missed the troll. But yes, I feel he's correct. I don't know what made him, well, I know what made him say what he said yesterday. He's aware of a lot more information than we are. And a lot of journalists are aware of a lot because they get information from, people talk. So, it's, they have information. People tell them things. Unfortunately for us, we don't know. They know a lot more. That's why I feel he said that. Whether he wants Republican in charge, possible, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, and, hang in there. I can't wait for that hearing myself. And also, Trump is asking his guy in Pennsylvania to declare victory to prevent any cheating. This guy is so dumb. It's not funny. The other thing, somebody asked me about the Sussman trial. And, they have, Durham is the special prosecutor. I couldn't remember the name. Sussman better have some good lawyers because he may find himself in major trouble. I did not know much about that trial or what was going on there because I've been focusing so much on the Russian thing. I lost track. He's got to be very careful because whatever the penalty is for not telling the FBI everything, he may have to pay the consequences. So he needs a good lawyer. Boudica says, Milu, Republicans want us to have babies, then let them starve. Yeah, they voted. Did you hear how they voted? I believe yesterday they all voted. Yeah, they all voted down Biden's plan to get formula to babies. Yeah, well, we know that. It's just, they have, and that's what's going to take them, that's what's going to do them in. They're going to lose their re-election bids. They lie, and they project, and they say one thing and do something completely different. Like the screaming, blaming Biden for the baby formula stuff. They go and then vote against Biden trying to help mothers getting formulas. That's what they've been doing. And believe me, well, that's what I'm hoping Democrats are going to be able to do, to package all those things and throw it out there for the whole world to see what Republicans are about. If they do this, they're going to lose. Cheryl, a.k.a. Shaista, is asking, Milu, after 1-6 hearing, will Tucker Carlson's show be less right-wing? The Tucker Carlson show is never going to be less right-wing. The Tucker is going to have to be taken off the air. And I believe I've said that before. Fox News has no choice. It's a matter of time. And I've said that those of you who have been with me for a long time, a few years ago, Fox News is either going to have to change format or go out of business. One of the two. And the process of changing formats, because if you notice what happened this past weekend in Buffalo, a couple of people are being blamed for going out and promote that replacement theory that they have going on. That woman from the Republican Party, I forgot her name, for some reason I can never remember her name, and Tucker are the point people being blamed. The whole right-wing media but those two are being pointed out, are being singled out as being responsible big time for what's going on. So, yeah, and believe me, there is going to be a price to pay. Okay, Colette Coates says Marjorie Taylor Greene said the greatest. Where is it? Oh yeah, okay. The greatest choice is being a mother. Choice, yeah, right. Nobody believes Marjorie Greene except people in Georgia, whatever rack she's from over there. I don't mean to, God, people, everyone from Georgia lives under Iraq, but this woman, I don't know where she's from, what she's drinking either. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. I think I had someone else had asked me another question. What will happen here? Okay, I think that was it for, unless I missed something, but I'll go over it later. Let's see. I'm scrolling up. LC Love My Pop says, if powers that be could get QAnon, 4chan shut down, that would take a lot of false stuff off the air. I don't, you know what I've heard, well, QAnon, I know. 4chan, I heard it's a platform. I don't know much about it at all, but shutting down those things is good, but it has to be done the right way. Not only shutting them down, what I feel is going to happen to those channels, you see how popular they are with extremists? Something is going to happen, I feel. It's like a fad. We used to go, to 4chan and stuff like that, and Gab or Gabber or something. There's another platform, that guy who used to work for Trump came up with Gabber or something. All those platforms who are catering to those type of people, it feels like to me the government may not have to shut them down. They're going to have to take them to court and sue them, just like they did to that crazy guy InfoWar, okay? But I feel they're just going to die off. I don't see them just being closed down. They're just going to, people are going to lose interest. And what's coming on June 9th, the fallout from that hearing is going to force a lot of people over time to rethink their behavior and some of the things that they've been doing. And it's going to have a major impact on our society after that hearing is held. Because a lot of those people, those who are basically creating the lies, they don't care. They're going to simply find another way to make money. The people who are making money spreading propaganda and stuff like that, it's a minority. But the people who really believe in that stuff and they're going out spreading it, they're going to realize something is wrong here. We're heading the wrong way, in the wrong direction. And they're going to start walking away from those platforms. Besides those platforms being sued, into oblivion, just like they're doing to InfoWar. That's what I feel is going to happen. I don't see them being shut down. It's the same thing that's going to happen to Fox News. They have a major lawsuit. Not one, a few. That's what's going to, among other things, that's going to put a major kink on Fox News their ability to, well, basically they're going to have to change. That's what's going to happen. But I don't see them, being shut down. It's a complicated process, it feels like to me. Okay. Pamela Pierce said Karl Rove, George W. Bush's brand, put into place a plan for 100 years of Republican rule. Republicans and the oligarchs behind them are still trying to achieve that. Well, I wish Karl Rove luck. The notion that I think this I've never heard of this, but it's a lot of talk. They try to put Trump in office. Yeah, he lasted 4 years, and look at what's happening to him now. And believe me, guys, you see how arrogant Trump is and his family? By the time the government and other people who are suing them are done with them, don't be surprised if even for a split second, you look at them and feel, sorry for them until you realize, no, they don't deserve, you feeling sorry for them. Yeah, it's going to be that bad. Okay. Let me scroll down. Andre Musat is asking, I am curious, how can you see the image of Putin in that specific courtyard? What does it, okay, I think the it is missing, I don't know, what does it symbolize to you? Is it surrounded by other people? Is that a coup? Also, how do you see Russia without Putin? Andre, when you are unintuitive, and you have it too, but we all are intuitive. You just don't, it doesn't register for you. Me, it registers. When I see something, I know. So I'm not quite sure what I was doing, and that's the way it works for me. I saw Putin surrounded by people, but it felt like to me, Russian authorities, they were in a courtyard. In fact, I didn't even know there was a courtyard in the Kremlin. Someone here, the first time I recounted the vision, somebody said there was a courtyard in the Kremlin. I never even knew what the Kremlin was. I thought it was like a big building or something. I did not know exactly what it was until someone explained it to me. But the way I saw Putin, it was like he had a white shirt and a dark pair of pants and, dress. And it looked in, his hands, I did not see the cuffs, but his hands were not free. And he was like maybe one step in front of a couple of guys, one on each side, and there were a bunch of guys behind him. They were all wearing suits. And it felt like to me they were going to execute him. That's how it appeared to me. That's what the symbols, that's what it looked like to me. And also, how do you see Russia without Putin? I feel Russia will prosper. There is going to be some kind of interim government after Putin, and the Russian people are not going to want another Putin in charge. And after that, I feel Russia will come closer to Western Europe as opposed to, they're still going to, be friends with China and, have international relations with everyone. But they're going to become more, Russia was becoming more closer to Western Europe until Putin decided, okay, I don't like that, I don't want that. And then he started taking it back, moving the country back towards the way the old Soviet Union, he wanted to reconstitute the whole, have all those countries and form, I don't know, in his vision, whatever the Soviet Union was. But Russia was moving in the direction, and the Western world wanted Russia to integrate Russia also because that's why they try to help Putin, create industries and do all kinds of stuff. But it didn't work. China took advantage of modernizing and all that kind of stuff. And I still remember Nixon and all those people. They went to China and said, hey, listen, you can build those nice things too. And that's what the same thing, please, if I'm wrong, let me know. They were trying to show Putin the same way. It took off in Russia. They're still communist, but we were trying to change their ideas and let them know, democracy works better. And it's true. But to answer your question, I feel within the next 10 years, Russia will be closer to a Western-style democracy as opposed to what Putin has to offer. Because I can't imagine, Russians have had a taste, of what life can be without someone like Putin. So they want it back, regardless of how they feel about the war in Ukraine. Who needs inflation to be sky high, no jobs, economy is cratering. So, yeah, I feel Russia is going to be headed in a different direction after Putin is done, once he's removed. That's my take. Oh my God, time went flying. Okay, friends, thank you very much for spending time with me. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilu.com, or you can call me from my YouTube number or send me an email at psychicmilu@aol.com. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. Please subscribe if you like the channel, and also please hit the bell, the notification bell, and also please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Thank you everyone for your time. I will see you all tomorrow at the same time. Till then, bye.